We're here, we're gone, we're here, we're gone, we're here, we're gone, we're here, we're gone. I was just in the middle of nowhere, starving, peeing with no pants on. No, not in real life. That was just me in the last day on Earth. I got to go ahead and play that game. I live streamed it a minute ago. It's in my playlists. It's just one game I'm checking out. Not sure where it'll go. We'll check it out. But there's quite a few of you out there that are playing it because a number of you jumped on, like 100 of you jumped on and started giving me advice. And I appreciate the advice. Awesome. So that's cool. What we're going to do is we're going to briefly go back into territory battles because when I did my stream earlier, when I thought territory battles was live, it wasn't. And so I just had to sit there and do nothing. And so what we're going to do is just go in and do our couple of battles. That's it. I will talk about kill strategy, kill order, things like that. So it'll be good for kind of a question and answer session for anybody who has some really quick questions on territory battles. This live stream won't be too long. It's just going to be long enough for me to go in and do basically a few territory battles. But if you have questions, make sure you shout them down in the bottom and I will try to answer them as best I can. So someone asked me, are there any other games you're checking out? And yeah, that is exactly what I did. And I'm back. Yeah, I checked out Last Day on Earth. It's a pretty cool game actually. And so I streamed that a minute ago. So check that out. Very interesting. Boba says, hey, what's happening? So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm not going to wait around for a super long time. I do suggest you guys for territory battles open your Bronzium packs, all of them. And I know they need a super easy way of opening all of these, and they don't currently have an easy one. Let's see. Hey, how do you get your raid Han to hit for so much? Just watched your other video. So I got his critical chance up to almost 70%, and then he gets with R2D2 and CLS another 30%. So he gets 100% critical chance, which means he's going to crit. He's also going to get a lot of turn meter because he gets that on his abilities. On his special ability, he basically gets to take 2 turns in a row. And then you also have critical damage. Of course, your critical damage can be maxed out at 216%, and I recommend you do that. That's a triangle, and then also a critical damage set. So you need a critical damage mod set, critical chance mod set with that. And then I also, on the plus, on the bottom right, the plus, I put offense just to overall raise his base offense damage. And this is why it's important with critical damage characters to do that with offense secondaries and the offense on the triangle. The higher base stat damage, the higher the multiplicative it's going to be for the entire thing. So if you've got 2,500, that's what they're using to multiply to get to the 2,000 or 20,000 or whatever he's going to do. The higher, if it's 2,500 goes up to 2,500 goes up to $3,000, then he's going to have a higher multiplicative. He's going to be able to do far more damage. So pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, Warrior. Hey, Lucas. This is hi for the 3rd time today. Lucas says, what's up? So yeah, it says, how many hats does it take to unlock General Kenobi? Well, it's like 145 to unlock him, and you get 6. So do the math. Basically 30 is what you're going to need, a little under 30, and then you should have enough because 6 times 30 is 180, and you'll unlock them at 145, I believe. So yeah, you need somewhere in the ballpark of 27, 26, 27. So it's a number of raids for sure, but if you're doing a couple a week, that drops that down to about 3 months. It takes about 3 months if you're doing them a couple of times a week. All right. We're just unlocking Bronziums really quick, which is what I recommend because you can get your characters that you need for territory battles and some of the lower end gear for some of your characters in this area. Didn't get anything worthwhile there, but we'll go ahead and do our challenges. Yeah, I do not like the picture of Savage. I've mentioned that. I think they should rework that. And let's get into territory battles. All right. We're going to do this. Ka-tink, 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 ka-tink. Let's do it. Boom, boom. Yeah. Everybody's rushing in. All right. So they did mention that they don't want me rushing in and doing the platoons. Well, it looks like it's already been done. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Because they were going to do something strategically with platoons. So, and they're done already. So never mind, I guess. This just launched 20 minutes ago, and they're already filled it up. Apparently, whatever they were going to do, they were able to do very fast. Oh, I don't know why I just got myself out. Anyway, all right. Have you seen the It remake? I have not seen that movie. Creepy. For the record, around my town, there are a bunch of people that are taking balloons, red balloons, and they're tying them to all of the storm grates that are like all around the town. So when you're driving, you're like, oh, look at there's a church and there's an It balloon. I'm going to keep driving. You know, it's crazy. They've got them all over. So people are pretty excited about that. All right, so on the top, there's going to be a light side battle, a rebels battle, specifically to rebels, and then there's one on the bottom. The one on the bottom's light side. So basically 2 light side and 1 rebels. So let's go ahead and do rebels first because that's the requirement, the only one that actually has a specific requirement. Now, I'm not going to deploy at the end because my team will decide where we deploy and when we deploy. So I kind of wait for them to say, you know, which deployment. And the reason for that is even though it doesn't matter in the first couple of phases, we as a team, we don't deploy. We let the team leads basically figure out how many millions we need. And then they tell a certain number of people because they know our galactic power. And they say, you know, X, Y, and Z, you go in and dump your galactic power in phase territory 1 to get that next star. Once they have the next star, then they say, okay, now we need these guys dropping theirs down in the south bin. Instead of just letting it be a free-for-all and everybody guessing, what happens is you have some players that will just not pay attention, and then they dump their roster in a place that you already have 3 stars, and you needed that galactic power in 2 stars. What would be cool is if the game built in a thing that said, warning, your galactic power in this battle territory is unneeded. Are you sure you want to do this? Just a warning that basically says it's going to go in excess, so that way we would know what the game knows and we could develop it. But you could pay attention too. But we just wait for them to do that. So let's see. What are good ships for fresh level 60 players to grind out? Good ships would be definitely the target lock teams. I know you can't use them here, so characters like Biggs and Wedge, you're probably developing already as a free-to-play, and so their ships are going to work really well. Fives is easy to farm, and his ship is one of the best in the game. So Fives' ship, Biggs and Wedge. So some of those light side ships you'll be able to use in territory battles. And by the way, territory battles only lets you bring in a few ships, like 6 total. So you only need a few light side ships to do this. But let's go ahead and do the rebels. It does require Hoth Rebel Soldier, so I do have to bring him in. And it looks like that I was using the last time, I was using specifically my rebels, the Rogue One rebels. So we're going to do that. We just don't have K2SO. Now remember, kill order. Kill order in territory battles is going to be your elites first. If anything is elite, you want to kill it first, and then you can work on the other characters. You want to kill the snow troopers first, though, because they're the tanks they taunt. Then the droids, because the droids can really wreak havoc on a fast team. Even if you don't have a fast team, it can make your team really slow, and they also can increase the damage output of the enemies. And then, of course, you've got your snow trooper ops, and then your snow trooper commanders. The commanders are kind of the worst ones, but they're protected, so you've got to kill those guys. Let's see. Lewis says his guild got 33 stars. Is that good for a free-to-play guild? Yes, of course. That's awesome. That's really good. Anything over 30 is great. So initially, this first round, I'm just going to do basics to take these guys out. And there's a little bit of countering that goes on. So he's going to kind of be his own demise when he attacks. But I'm saving it because there's 6 rounds. And I want to make sure that I have enough to finish out. All right, so we have a couple. We have Snow Trooper Ops and Snow Trooper, both elite. So the first one you want to take out is the elite Snow Trooper. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put up Tenacity up to protect all of my characters. Then I'm going to try to stun this Snow Trooper, which I got. We're going to throw some debuffs, which is going to expose them, potentially with Jyn Erso's lead. And then we're going to spread all those debuffs onto this guy by using Cassian's crippling shot. Whap! Done. Expose is your best friend. And the two teams that excel in Expose is going to be the Rogue One and the Resistance. That's right, Resistance and Rogue One. Now we have the Snowtrooper Ops. I am going to take care of him, but I want to get rid of this droid first. Done. Now we can come back and we can start to take out this guy. Now, Baze and his ability to whack everybody is very powerful, especially because they're all considered Empire. And they're speeding each other up. We're going to take them out, though. That was pretty quick. And this one-hit wonder right here. Whap. Done. All right. Yeah, Reddit works well, but there's also a Facebook page if you want to learn how to get people in your guild. There's like over 6,000 people in there, and there's people who are looking for guilds and guilds who are looking for people all in there. There's 6,000 people in that Facebook page. So if you, have a need or a desire to get new people in your guild, there's your route. All right, so Snowtrooper Ops, Commanders Ops. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to debuff this team. I want to take out this droid first because he's on my kill order. Whap. All right. Now we're going to go to the elite, and I'm going to try to stun this back elite. And let's go ahead and spread the debuffs. Bam. And every time a debuff occurs, there's expose. And I think we'll be able to finish him up with that. We'll move to the next Ops Elite character. I do not like that they can debuff your team so fast. They take all your buffs away, and they actually put debuffs down. The Facebook page is called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Groups. That's what it's called. So pretty awesome. Let's try and stun this elite. And let's taunt, which puts defense up. Let's go ahead and try and take this guy out. Whap. Dang. Yeah, these guys are very, very heavy in the health department. So this has an expose on it. Let's try and get rid of him. Whap. And let's get rid of this commander. And, of course, the ops taunted. That's why commanders are last on the list of who to kill. All right. Let's go ahead and just do basics to finish this off because the abilities are really important when you get into them. Whap. Oh, dodged. Dodged. That does happen. And so far, 3 rounds, not doing bad. We're going into round 4 already. We've got Ops, who's elite. And we've got a couple of droids. I definitely want to kill the droids first. I want to do tenacity up. We're going to take out the back droid. The debuffs are amazing. We're going to spread the exposed to this one so they're both exposed. All right, and now let's try and stun the back droid. Finish him off. Move to the front, and we're going to hit all of them with that AoE. And now we can move to the Snowtrooper Ops. The elite. Dang it, they took my buffs. That is rough. We'll go ahead and throw some more expose over their head. This might be a killing shot. Whap, yep. 33,000 from the exposes. That's amazing. Do I have a Zeta on Jen? Yes, I do. And I took a Jen to Gear 12 just 2 days ago. And so she is definitely amazing. She and Finn are really the 2 superstars in this. And the ability for everyone to regenerate protection is huge. So you can see these are tough battles. I'm not going to lie. If you're a free-to-play and you only have a bunch of Gear 9 and Gear 10 and you don't have many Zetas at all and you've put your Zetas on dark side characters, you're kind of at a disadvantage in the territory battle, of course, because you really need some light side characters that you can utilize. Let's debuff everybody. All right. The elite, let's see. Snowtrooper commanders. Yeah, let's take out the elite probe droid. Let's stun it. Ah, no stun. Let's try and get some expose. Nice. I should be able to kill this right here. Bam! That was like 6 exposes and did 11,000 damage each. Crazy. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this expose over here. Boom. All right. You timed out on a Xeris Arena team watching the stream. Oh no, Lewis, that sucks. Xeris teams, I have a video coming out. It's actually an unlisted status. If you're coy enough to look through my playlists, you'll find it. I am going to make it public in a couple of days, but you can still find it on the channel if you go and look through the playlists, and Arena is where it's at. I have a Xeris Barasafi with General Kenobi and how to beat that team. So for anyone that wants to learn how to beat Barasafi with General Kenobi, there's a number of tools you can use. The team I use is representative of tools, not necessarily who you have to take in, rather the abilities that you need to take in. So let's take that target lock off, because that it does a lot of additional damage to me. The nice thing with Cassian is he spreads debuffs, and then under Jin gives expose because of those debuffs, and he can use it every other turn, which is really, really good. All right, let's take out the tank, spread some expose, whap. This should be easy. Pink. We're going to move over, and we're going to do basically basics to try to reset our cooldowns for the next round, which is 6 out of 6. And I like that buff immunity on his basic. You know, Cassian's buff immunity on his basic is a really good ability. It really is. Buff immunity is super important, especially against the Barasafi and General Kenobi combination. You want to be able to consistently apply that buff immunity. So it looks like this round is in the books. Whap. And we are at 6 out of 6. Now, I manually play this, and I recommend you all manually play, even if you have a team like mine that's really overpowered, because the RNG is a mother, and you want to be able to control that. And I do know in the last territory battles, a number of people that just auto-battled it, and through phase 1, 2, 3, they just auto-battled it. It was no big deal. But then they hit 4, 5, and 6, and they started losing at round 5 or 6, and they didn't realize that they really needed to manhandle and manipulate the fight the way they needed to, because the RNG doesn't play resistance exactly the way they need to be played. The same is true with Rogue One and whatnot. So definitely we want to look. Okay, so we've got 6 people. There's not always 6 people you got to go against. That, again, is also randomized. We have the droids, which are going to be a problem. We have Snowtrooper and Snowtrooper Ops. So we're going to go back to the Snowtrooper in the far back. He's our #1 priority. First, I'm going to put Tenacity up, which they're going to try to take away from me, I'm sure, immediately. And we're going to spread all those debuffs, whap, to him, and let's do an AoE. Bam, got him. Now we're going to move to the droids. Again, kill order. Snowtrooper. Oh, yeah, of course I miss. Snowtrooper is always going to be first on my list. Number 2 is going to be the Imperial Probe droids, and then it's going to go to the Snowtrooper Ops and then Snowtrooper Commanders. Dang it, he took my buffs away. This guy's almost dead. Let's use his debuff, and that should be the end of him. Boom, I love the expose. It's why our Rogue One is so amazing, and why the other squad resistance is so amazing. It's the expose that they have. Snowtrooper Ops, though, is a problem because he takes all your buffs away. Let's stun him. So, yeah, people need that info about Zeta Barris. I agree. Someone says so many YouTube people confused about how to beat her. I totally agree. Everybody who uses General Kenobi with Barris is making I mean, I understand they're making a durable team, but they're also kind of, it's a paradox. It's not the right combination. One needs to be critically hit to heal. The other prevents that critical hit, which prevents her from healing. So General Kenobi isn't really the best build. Using two other tanks would make sense, but General Kenobi specifically, the only reason why it made sense was because he brought about more, durability with the character as a lead, but not everybody uses him as a lead, and even then he still has his drawbacks. And so that video I make, which like I said, in the next day or two I'll bring out, just addresses all of that in a very finite way, and it showcases how you're going to tackle what things you need. The stun ability, buff immunity ability, those are the types of abilities that you want to bring into the battle. And if you can do that, then you're going to be able to beat that team without a problem. I don't know why I even cleansed. Battle's over. So there's that battle. 6 out of 6. Rebels only. So I went ahead and brought in Hoth Rebel Soldier, which they required, and the other rebels, which were my Rogue One. Looks like we're at 2 stars now on that. I do have a couple of light side battles to do. This one just requires 3-star light side. So what we are going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my arena type of team. We're going to use CLS, R2, and we're just going to do something like, we'll do something like this. This is a crazy powerful squad. Again, you should be using whatever's your best squads. You only need about 3 or 4 squads, or a variance of those 3 or 4 squads. All right, so again, snow troopers are the number 1 on targets. And the snow trooper is an elite. Elite means that he's got that trigger happy ability. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to target the elite. First rounds are always easier. This snow trooper is also an elite. It's kind of funny they made 2 elite snow troopers. Again, that's randomized. Now we want to go after the droids. Hopefully after watching this, you guys get kill order down pretty easily. And there's a reason for the kill order. I have a bunch of reasons why kill order is important to do it the way that I'm suggesting it. Otherwise, you're just going to have a rough time getting through the opponents. You want to make it as efficient of a cut through as possible. Now, the TIE Fighter pilots are high damage dealers, and since there's not a Stormtrooper and the Imperial probe droids there's like 5 turns before they self-destruct, we're going to take out these guys because they are going to be who do the most damage. And then we'll move on to the Imperial Probe Droid. Again, I'm using basics only for now, just because I want to have all my abilities here in a second when we get into the higher levels. Thane, what's up, dude? How's it going? Use your new clones on the next one. Paul asks to use the clones. So I will probably start running my clones very, very soon, but I do not have them modded at all. They don't have any critical chance, no critical damage, no speed. They've been a storage up to this point. I've got to go through and really maximize their mods out. I put real mods on them, not crap mods that I've had, because I just did his Zeta 2 days ago, and I haven't had time to even mod them. So I need to mod them. I also need to finish their Omega abilities. The abilities are really the most important part of this. So there is one Imperial Probe Droid. He is an elite. I'm going to go for that, and we're going to go ahead and do that. And yes, Ops is important because he removes buffs, but Ops is protected by the Stormtrooper, and you don't want to waste a bunch of time trying to kill him only to have the Stormtrooper taunt, to then have him still alive, still taking your buffs away, and you still have the Stormtrooper taunting with protection bonus gain. So taking out the Stormtrooper Snow Troopers first is super important. It's really important to make sure that you can finish. The damage dealers are a big deal as well, just because of the amount of damage they can put down. You don't want to go in and lose. All right, so here's a Snow Trooper, here's a Stormtrooper. Let's go ahead and take out this Stormtrooper. We'll stun him. All right. We're going to go ahead and go after the next guy. Let's see how much she can do. 10, 11, 11. That was 32,000 on her basic. I do love my Leia when she hits for 2 to 3. All right, we're moving into the harder area, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to go ahead and look at what we have. We've got Ops, Snow Trooper Ops, and Commander. Commander does heal all of them. which is why I used to go for him first. We're going to go ahead and stick to kill order. Snow Trooper first. We're going to get rid of him. Now we're going to move to the Imperial Probe droids, and I'm going to burn them. This does a lot of damage. Burn does a lot of damage to these guys because these guys have a very, very high health pool. And let's see if Leia can take him out. 13k, not bad. All right, we're moving to the next Imperial Probe droid. Didn't get a stun. Let's go ahead and we'll put Retribution up. And nobody attacked. Of course, that was the AoE that they used. You can't attack the AoE that they used. But it would be nice if they could return fire. All right, and the other guy's stealth now makes it hard to get him, so we're going to go ahead and go after the commander. Let's kill him. Boom. And now we can go after him. Let's do just a basic. 30,000 on a basic. Wow. Man, I love Han. Han Solo is super fun. All right, let's see. Just wondering on who to Zeta first, K2 or Cassian. If you were going to put a Zeta on either one of them, and I have neither of them Zetaed, but if you were going to put a Zeta on them, it would be Cassian. K2SO's Zeta is subpar. Storm. I think TIE Fighter Pilot will probably be the guy we kill. Whap, whap. All right, go stealth. So doubles 89 asks, are we going to run a super guild to get our 45 stars? 45 stars is still mathematically impossible this week, and so that's why we're in our 3 guilds. We're all around 130 million GP. When we believe it to be mathematically possible that a team is able to actually get all 45 stars, we will pull a couple of people and put them back into that team and do a world's first 45 star for sure. Let's go ahead and swipe the commander. All right, let's stun the ops guy. And let's finish off the TIE Fighter pilot. Man, that's awesome. Now we can take out the commander, although it will taunt if I don't hurry up. Whap, got him, good. Okay, let's put some critical chance up. And let's burn these guys. Yeah, burning them. All right, let's take out these stormtroopers. That AoE with ability block is a bit annoying. I'm glad I killed their commander before his taunt went up. And they have defense up. Defense up makes it harder to kill them, so bringing in someone who can dispel is really important as well, because you want to be able to take them out. All right. Looks like we're going into the final battle. I'm going to reset my abilities by simply using basics. Should I give CLS the Learn Control Zeta? If you have the other 2 Zetas, then yes. Otherwise, no. Binds All Things is really good now that there's not a lot of Rex. Because there's not a lot of Rex in the meta anymore, he's very little in comparison to the CLS. Do his Binds All Things. The next would be his leadership ability, and then it would be his first unique. All right, so we have Ops, Stormtrooper, Ops, Commander, Stormtrooper. All right, let's take out this guy. Whap, whap. Let's go ahead and... Oops, I should have stunned somebody else. Bad move. That was my bad. We're going to go ahead and swipe this other Stormtrooper. And we're going to go stealth on Leia. We want to keep her alive. If you're not using him as a lead, then I see your point. Learn Control is pretty amazing. And actually, him and Thrawn are really the only 2 where that unique makes sense, because tenacity all of a sudden becomes a deal. It becomes something that you can actually work with. They're the only 2 characters you can really dial tenacity in and it work properly. Jay says, how's it going? Good. Yeah, the Imperial Probe Droid on a roster would be awesome. All right, let's go after the Imperial Probe Droid since I have that one buff immunityed and the other one stunned. And that one's now dazed. I do hate that ability, though. Let's go ahead and kill that guy. And let's go back to Stormtrooper. Whap! 18k, that's okay. 8. Yeah, he's tanky for sure. The Stormtrooper can take a hit. He really compresses with his armor. It's pretty great. So that's why Stormtrooper needs to be taken out. You see, he taunted, and now you have to go for him anyway. So if you got to go for him anyway, you might as well take him out right off the bat. All right, we've got some burn up. Yeah, he's compressing that hit pretty good. And finish him off. Let's move back. Get an extra turn with her. Finish this Stormtrooper off. Now we can take out the Ops guys, which you really want to do because they take your buffs away. And they go stealth, which makes them hard to hit anyway, which is another reason why you kind of want to save them till the end. And let's put some critical chance up. And we're going to stun this bad boy. And he taunted. That's great. And that's the other reason why Ops is done before. You got to kill him before your commander. All right. This is going to be a destruction. 6 out of 6. And bang. Man, he's got some pretty high tenacity. This should be the end of it right here. Ba, 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 ba. Got him. All right. All right. Very cool. So we've got that victory. We did the Rebels. Now we move down. I used my basically an overpowered arena team kind of to knock out those battles. So the only thing I haven't done is deploy, and I will wait till the end to deploy. I'm going to ask or defer to my team as to where I should deploy. For the last battle down here, I'm going to go ahead and battle its light side. So we are going to go ahead and use my resistance. Now, my resistance are relatively new to me. I didn't run resistance until territory battles. Again, I know you're going to say, Warrior, what? Resistance clones? You should have been doing that on Heroic AAT a year ago. And that's true, but I care more about Arena than I do the raids. So those are 2 Zetas I have just recently acquired. Now, my resistance is built decently, and I do use my Ray, which you could use R2-D2 instead, but I'm going to go ahead and use Ray. And I use Resistance, Trooper, and Pilot. Now, I scored in the last raid. I basically got pretty much perfect score, all the way through. So I don't play my Resistance probably perfectly, but I play them well enough to be able to zip through. And their squad power is really low. So side note, if you're free to play and your Galactic War sucks, 2 things on that. One, your Galactic War is going to be built based off of your total strength that you have. And so the lower your strength power, the easier your Galactic War is going to be. These guys have a lower natural power rate, so it's going to give you a slightly easier Galactic War. Second, is you're going to be able to take these guys in and just smoke the entire PvE of Galactic War because of how much turn meter they get. Did I get through all stages of territory battles last time? Yeah, we got through all of it. Every single one of them did perfect. It was very cool. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started. At the very beginning, remember the first 2 rounds are pretty easy, so we're going to use some basics. We should be able to do that. And again, my guys are not modded as good as they could be. They really need a lot of better mods, but I'm working on it. If you saw my earlier one, I am currently farming for potency mods to put on all of these guys, so that will, except for Ray, so that way I can do better in the territory battles. I want to make sure that I could auto this all the way through and not have a problem at all. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this guy first. Let's go ahead and throw some exposes, and let's hit him. Whap. That's pretty good. This should kill him. Whap. And let's do a basic with exposed. Should kill him. With it exposed, should kill him. Very cool. And there we go. That's round 2. Now, there is a loop you can make with them, and I know a lot of people that run R2-D2 with their resistance, and that's very smart to do for sure. Let's see who we have. Stormtrooper and Stormtrooper. Let's stun. Oh, it didn't stun him. Let's do a triple mollywhop. We're going to take him out. Let's get some exposes. Bow. Kill him. And now we're going to move on to the Imperial Probe Droid, which we got the stun. Great. And now we're going to move to their damage dealer. Whop. Triple molly whop. He's dead. Bow. Bow. All right. I need more potency on Poe. I know that. That's definitely one of those reasons why I am working on Poe for sure. Let's go ahead and bam. Take this guy out. Bow. Excellent. Let's go ahead and boom. Expose on all of them. Nice. That's excellent. All right, Snow Trooper, Stormtrooper. Let's triple hit him. Whap, whap, whap. Pretty good. Bam, another expose. Let's go ahead and try and stun. Nice. You know, it's the turn meter that they are losing because we're gaining the turn meter. All right, we get to do another expose. It lowers their turn meter down. Let's stun this guy. Boom. Didn't stun him. Too bad. Mollywop. Yeah, that's an official one. All right. Let's do more expose. Takes their turn meter away, which is so important. And bap, bap. Oh, missed, of course. Bam. And we got one more guy, and then we go into 5 of 6. Let's use basics. Reset everything. And I know I could expose with that, but that's all right. He wasted his turn. Yeah, a good R1 team is great. I know how to run my Rogue One team like nothing. I used Rogue One since December. I mean, I've been running Rogue One for a very long time. Perfect. 5 out of 6, and we're going to use Poe's expose. We got 4 expose, so that is good. We're going to try to get expose on him too. Got it, awesome. Let's try and stun the droid. Boom, got it. Let's get rid of the TIE fighter. Almost. And this is the one with, yeah, boom, killed him. All right, let's get rid of the droid. Boom. All right, now we have Ops, Commander, and Stormtrooper. Let's get rid of him. He's going to taunt anyway. The ability block from above sucks. Really makes it difficult. Give turn meter. And it got 4 expose. We'll put some more expose up. And let's see, we've got Ops. Let's kill Ops next. Let's see, how long before the droids explode on you? After turn 5, it can actually be randomized, so they won't do it for the first 5 turns because it's an ability that starts on cooldown, and there's a 5-turn cooldown, but then after that, it's dependent. It's dependent, so it can be as soon as 5 rounds in, so you want to make sure you get them before they blow up. They'll hurt everyone superficially, but they'll hurt one of your guys a lot, and you don't want it to be a key character, so let's go ahead and get expose. Let's go ahead and hit expose again, stun him. Let's get some more exposes. And yeah, this is just, even with me crappily playing the Resistance, I do a really, really good job going through them. And we got one guy left, so we're just going to try and reset basics. Boom. All right. Yep, when they fall below 100% health, that's when they taunt, which is why you want to take him out. 6 out of 6. I only have 5 guys, no elites. They have their ability to ability block me right away. So I've got a Stormtrooper, got some Ops, and I've got more Stormtroopers. Let's just work through the Stormtroopers. Let's try and get some exposes up. All right, and on basic, we'll expose, and then we can stun. Let's try and stun. Boom. And let's get expose on all of them. Reduce that. Let's try and put expose on him. And let's get rid of this guy over here. Boom. Not bad. Base 6 on him. Do expose. Turn meter increase. Got to get that exposed, though, which is why you need potency, which is why I'm farming for potency mods. His basic does expose. His special does expose. Let's get more expose, more turn meter. And they're just waiting to take a turn. I love resistance. All right, so I've got both of the ops. Let's go ahead and try and knock this guy out. Wow. Get more expose. Use his basic. All right, and special. Let's expose. Stun. More expose and turn meter reduction. Look at those 4 exposes with a triple mollywop from Ray. Triple mollywop. Pa 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 pa. Dang, almost. Pew, pew, pew. And that's it. They did really well. And like I said, their mods are better than last week, but not as good as they need to be. And until I get those mods up where they need to be, it is what it is. So I have done all of the drops in platoons are done on both north and south. All of the combat missions are done north and south. And then I just have to dump my platoons in here under deployment, but I am going to wait to deploy until my leadership tells me to deploy in the north or the south. So we're going to wait on that. As far as that goes, they say, is there any part of me being in the new drunk live stream on RSG? And I can't say that will never happen. I do fancy some scotch on occasion. I love my Jura. Jura is some great stuff, but I'm not sure I ever get drunk. I don't think I do that anymore. Haven't for a long time. Don't like what it does to me when I have to work the next day. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so we are in the process. We're doing all right. And what's going on? Activities. Oh, dailies. So that means there's new stuff in the store. Yep, biotech, salvage. These are super important. I'm going to get 25 of those. I actually need the Mark 6 and I need the Mark 5. Ugh. Good night. All right. Well, let's go ahead and buy the basic stuff at the bottom. I always pick this stuff up even if I don't need it, because I have a feeling at some point there will be a trade system or there'll be something that you can use these for. Warrior, join the resistance server. That will really help you with a good resistance team. Yeah, so I have a couple of guys in Team Instinct that are like resistance experts. They've used resistance for, well over a year and a half since they came into the game back in December of 2000. I mean, they were using PO leads and stuff, PO taunts and all that. I am not a resistance guy. Never was. I've never claimed to be resistance, but I think they can probably help me out pretty good in fine tuning it. Modding is easy. You just need to know what they're trying, what the character's trying to accomplish, and then accentuate that which he's trying to accomplish. For example, if Finn is trying, or Poe, excuse me, if Poe is trying to reduce turn meter and increase the chances of exposing the opponent, then obviously potency needs to be higher because there's going to be a natural resist capability, and you're wanting it higher the better. You want to get more of those exposes to create that loop of their turn meter reduction and your resets of cooldowns. So yeah, but yeah, I'm in a lot of servers already. Let's see, I don't need anything from here for now. Hello, I can't pronounce your name, but you said hi, so I'm saying hi back. Nothing in here probably that's worthy of buying, because remember, I only use credits. And all that was from the Empire event, so that was pretty cool. Alrighty. Yeah, the only problem with TB is POW, isn't he? I don't have a Zeta POW. I know that McMole went all in on a Zeta POW, kind of crazy. So that's interesting. But if you have any other questions, really quick, wrap them up, write them down, and I will answer them as best I can over the next 1 or 2 minutes. And then I am going to bounce. I would like to make a couple of videos today if possible. And then those videos will be released in the next couple of days. I have a lot of video ideas coming in from my patrons as well as my comments section in the videos. So if you have anything really quick, go ahead and throw them in the comments down below. If I see anything, I will go ahead and give you a quick response. Let's just finish out with Savage holding something from the waist. Did you use the crystal refresh on the Empire event? Sorry, it might be off topic. It's okay if it's off topic. And no, I did not use the crystal refresh on this. It's at its base. I do it one time each. I don't find the rewards to be worth the refresh. Now, if you needed all of those characters, then maybe you would see it as a benefit. I just personally don't. Greg asks, is this my full-time job? That's laughable. This is YouTube. Until you've got about, 100,000 views a day minimum, consistently for a few years, you're not really going to be able to do this full time. It's a hobby. It's why I do it on the side from my real job. And it's why some weeks I can do a lot of videos and other weeks I can't do any videos. And that's why I try and jam them in. Today is my only day off this week. I've worked 17 days and I've had one day off in those 17 days. Today's my second day off in now 18 days. It is a busy time at work because I work retail sales at a company near locally. And so, I don't do this full time. Let's see what GL gear level does my rebels need to be so I can get 6 of 6. Really depends on what rebels you're running, and it depends on the abilities and everything. So synergy is important. That's why resistance works so well. That's why Rogue One works so well. If you're just hodgepodging some rebels together, you're going to need them a higher level. Resistance and Rogue One have so much synergy that they can be a lower gear level 8 or 9, and actually do really well. Whereas just hodgepodging a bunch of rebels together, you're going to be more like gear 10 or 11 and still might struggle. Synergy is a big deal in this game. Also, their abilities being maxed out, being omegaed, being leveled up. That is so important because a lower level geared character that has level 3 abilities versus level 7 abilities or level 8 abilities makes a huge world of difference. So make sure you're getting those up. It says, who should I Zeta first for Arena? That depends on who you have. I don't know who you have, so I don't know who you're going to do. As far as territory battles goes, we should farm first Rogue One squad or the Hoth brothers. The Hoth brothers should be passively farmed on the side. You really just need their star level, so you need to get them leveled up so you can bring them in. Even if they die during the battle, you're fine. But you definitely want to do a Rogue One squad. They're phenomenal for any light side or rebel only node in territory battles. Plus, they can run through Galactic War for you as well. Of course, someone says, hey, Warrior, just want to do a shout out. Andy, appreciate it. Thanks for the content. Let's see. You said you were in Colorado. Just curious, where are Mobile Gamer and Arnold? Honestly, I'm not going to disclose where they live. If they want to do that, they can. I'm sure they've talked about it in their previous ones. I'm not 100% sure. Xylo asks, Coke or Pepsi? Pepsi all the way. And let's see, don't snub the Phoenix. I'm not going to snub Phoenix. Phoenix are definitely in the top 4 best teams for light side for PvE. Phenomenal team. They can really run through. They were one of the teams I just literally clicked auto battle. And during the auto battle, I was able to just zip through 6 nodes without even a thought. And I don't even have that good of mods on them. That just goes to show how good they are. Who is the next character in the game? I just found that out yesterday, and I cannot say anything yet, unfortunately, but we will be making videos very soon. I know of at least one new character coming in. Poland says hello. How long does it take Nihilus to get from 0 stars to 7 stars? Free to play if you're saving crystals and you're trying to buy them out of the store, probably about 4 months if you're dedicated, minimum 4 months minimum. So thanks for the streams. Hit me up later. Characters are from Battlefront 2. I can't say anything, but there are some new characters coming in the game. So, all right, I've done 3 live streams, 3 hours, 2 different games. I need to get myself some food, recharge, and try to make a couple of videos this afternoon while I have the day off still. Thank you guys for swinging by, spending time with me. I really appreciate all the time that you guys spend with me on these live streams and all the comments that you guys leave. As always, make sure you keep your gaming on. Warrior, out.